Oh, fuck. Oh. There it goes.
You dumbass.
Shut the fuck up, bro, okay?
Bro, I'm talking about how to fucking live my life.
Bro, fuck you.
Motherfucker, come catch these hands. I'll slap you across this mic.
Welcome to the Get Throwed podcast. It is your hosts, Pink, and
Butters.
today we're going to be talking about some bullshit. I'm sipping on, well, fuck, I actually have 2 drinks right now. I've got a screwdriver and
A beer.
a beer, yeah.
I got my bowl of Tweeds, my screwdriver, and this bottle of New Amsterdam Peach in front of me. So we're going to see what's happening.
No, it's not New Amsterdam Peach.
Oh, no. It's not New Amsterdam Peach. This is just the regular New Amsterdam.
Yeah, well, it's the regular vodka without the fucking flavoring and shit. So, to kick us off, Kevin,
I'm sorry.
you motherfucker.
I'm sorry.
Dude, I have been trying to record this fucking 3rd episode for so goddamn long.
I'm sorry.
I literally, like, every single fucking day since we recorded the 2nd episode, I was like, Kevin, we need to fucking record the next one. He's like, okay, yeah, let me just take a shower real quick. Gets in the shower. What does this man do? He gets right in bed. Okay.
I'm sorry. It's just there's been a lot going on, and it's not necessarily all just work, just stress in general, and I usually deal with that by sleeping, as most people our age do. But that's still an excuse. I'm sorry.
Welcome to episode 3/4. No, not /4. It's fucking episode 3.
Coming out late as fuck because of me.
Yeah, fucking this bullshit here. Fucking maybe we might even just record episode 4 like right after this, and then just release them like back to back because episode 4 is supposed to come out in like 2 days.
Let's not talk about it.
So to bring up our first topic, Kevin, how often do you shave?
What exactly?
Yeah. Oh, well, we're gonna get into that in just a second. Like, how often do you shave your face?
I don't shave it regularly. I just kind of let it go, and then eventually I'll touch it up.
Okay, I shaved my face for the first time in like a long while. Like
I noticed
month.
that it looks pretty sharp.
Thank you. Yeah, 'cause I typically rock a goatee, and
Because you can't grow a full beard.
I don't give a fuck, bro. I will try. So
Fucking get your testosterone up there, bud.
I let my hair
patter,
grow.
motherfucker.
I let my hair grow for like a month. Anyway, as I'm trying to say, I let my hair grow for like a fucking month, right? And because basically what I was trying to see is, like, I know the sides of like the chin have started to grow up towards the mustache, you know? Excuse me. And I was trying to see if it would actually connect. It did not. So I was finally like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to shave it back down to how I typically have it and all of that. So I found my clippers in the back of my car, and I was like, fuck it. I'm shaving right now. I might as well go downtown and clean up down there as well. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Do you ever do any styles for...
Oh no! Are you talking about like landing strips and shit?
That is literally exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh god damn it! No, actually, for the most part, I'll try and keep like I keep my happy trail shaved just because I don't like hair on my stomach. That looks odd to me. My chest is fine, but my stomach, no. As far as down there, if it's not clean shaven, then it'll be like almost stubble like my beard.
No, I hear that, and that's typically how I fucking keep it. Is I'll trim it up to be completely fucking like I don't typically shave it, but I'll like just trim everything, you know, and then it'll be complete stubble, and then eventually it'll grow back. I keep it like a typical and natural look, but you know what? I was like, fuck it, dude. I haven't like I originally. Like back in like high school and shit, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna be that guy," you know. Any girl that's gonna fuck with me, I'm gonna have that fucking design on my shit. And I had like a triangle and an arrow for like the longest time. And
Why?
I thought it was cool, bro.
You were wrong.
Hey man, it was interesting for a while, but I I finally was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna try something else. So I did a landing strip for my pubes. Like, oh,
Why?
why? I don't know. I thought I just decided, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do a design. And
See, like the closest I'll get to doing designs with anything is like whenever I go clean shaven and I'm like using my clippers to cut off my beard before I like shave with a razor or something, I'll go through damn near every style. First comes the mud chops. You gotta have the gnarly mud chops tie into the mustache, just straight chin down.
wait. You say mud chops?
Yeah.
Don't you mean like mutton chops?
Mud chops, the same shit.
No, they're not the same shit, bro.
Where I heard mud chops from originally is out there in our hometown. There's extreme off-roading park, and people would have mutton chops out there because it's a bunch of hillbillies,
Right.
as they do. And this drunk dude kept saying, "Yeah, my mud chops." And I'm like, my cousin was the one that made the comment. She's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's just like, "Oh yeah, these." And I call them my mud chops because it saves all the mud that I get splashed in my face.
Yeah.
This is about the most hillbilly shit that I've ever heard. I was like, okay. I was drunk myself, so I really couldn't judge. But fuck, what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, I'll trim it into that, and then I'll go ahead and I'll do the handlebar mustache, and then I'll do the Hitler stash, and then eventually I just shave it off, and I'm like, wow, look, I look 12 again.
We prefer the Charlie Chaplin stash, bro, not the Hitler stash. That's offensive.
I look like Hitler's wet dream. I will go with that answer.
So, yeah, I decided to do a landing strip. Why? I don't know. I just decided to go for it. We'll see. We'll see where it takes me. So,
hopefully it's not where it takes you, it's where it takes her.
you got it right. She coming in for a landing.
So on another topic, I've recently discovered, so you know Sea-Doo, the people that make the jet skis, right?
Right.
So they make go-kart jet skis.
What do you mean, go-kart jet skis?
They are jet skis that you sit in. It's in the shape of kind of the shape of a jet ski or like a mini boat. You sit in it with a steering wheel, and they're designed not to flip. And if they do, they roll right the fuck over.
Okay. No, I hear that.
I have mixed emotions about this.
Why?
Just because, one, I love the idea. That sounds awesome.
It sounds like some fucking Grand Theft Auto shit, you know?
Yeah, really. But last time I was on a jet ski was a Sea-Doo, but it was the supercharged one. Fun fact, those things do 65 on the water. I don't know if you know how fast that is, but it's pretty fucking fast. And me and my uncle were on it the day before my 21st, and we were out on Lake LBJ up there in Austin. Beautiful place. And there was a boat out in the distance, and we didn't really see any wake in front of us. It was good like 200 yards away, so we're not worried about a wake. Apparently this thing is massive and hauling ass and creating a super huge wake, and we ended up catching the outskirts of it doing like 65, and we didn't see it till it was like 3 feet in front of us. And then it slammed us 3 times. The first 2, my uncle held on. The second one, he busted his nose open on my back and fell off. And the third one, the handlebars went sideways and broke my ribs. So I have mixed feelings about any water or any kind of motor vehicle on water, for that matter. Boats are one thing, but even then, they still kind of scare me because I've been in a boat accident and it's not fun.
Yeah, no. Luckily, I've never been in a boat accident. I've never had to deal with that type of bullshit.
It's awful, bro.
Well, I could only imagine, you fucking crash a boat and you're just stuck out there in the water, like attached to a fucking like piece of the boat.
Oh no, like the boat flipped back onto its side. Like it didn't like technically flip. It kind of waked in the fucking air for a minute.
Right.
We hit it was in a friend of mine's uncle's boat. The throttle got stuck, And we couldn't stop. And we were like, oh shit. We were out on Lake Houston. We were fucking losing our minds. Well, we're still like, he's just like steady trying to steer it and make sure we're not going to get wrecking anything. And he's like sitting here trying to jam it back. And then we realize that we're fixing to run into a very large wake from a much larger boat. and we go ahead and we hit this thing doing like 85. And this is a small fishing boat. He was on a like big ass wake boat for like wakeboarding and shit. We hit this thing. We go airborne the first time. I'm already like floating off this thing, waiting for it to come down. The bottom of the boat's wet. I slip and slam head first into the fucking bottom of the boat, and then it bounces me up. The boat takes off from underneath me, thank God. Hits the other wake, and as I'm coming down, I'm watching the other boat, our boat, go up and start waddling in the air, and then almost nosedive into the water. All meanwhile, my friend's uncle sitting in the front seat belted to this thing. So with me, he was along for the entire ride. And in the middle of the air, the first time he managed to get the throttle unstuck. So I was scared whenever he hit the water, it was going to stop him, and I was just going to end up like face planting the bottom or the ass into the boat. And it ended up traveling further. But after I hit the water, the boat that created the wake turned around, checked on us. Dude on the other boat was furious. He was like screaming and hollering, and we're like, no, let's explain. It was just, misunderstanding. Or, our boat got stuck in throttle or whatever, and they were all really understanding. But I want to say she was the mom of everyone there. Hot as fuck. Hot as fuck.
Of course you'd fucking turn it into that.
Dude, hot as fuck. I hit the water hard. Because, like, when I hit the boat the first time, and then it launched me into the air, I went up there like a good 30 feet, 35 at the max. And then I just remember coming in, like, looking down from the boat and realizing that I'm way the fuck up here, and then I remember falling down and realizing, this is gonna feel like concrete. Do
you realize how tall 30 feet is?
Yes.
Bro.
So whenever that boat hit, the first wake that it hit, whenever it threw me up, I didn't launch off that one. When I came down and hit the slid and face planted into the bottom of the boat. When we launched off the second wake, the other side of the boat's wake, we ended up, like, that's what threw me into the air. It was fucking ridiculous. I'm not a big guy, and that was a lot of momentum for me to go upward.
So to bounce off of this a little bit, you'll immediately know where this is going, but people listening, unless they know me, probably won't. Do you have any personal fears or phobias?
Yeah, I do. My big thing is spiders.
Spiders? Really?
Yes.
Why? What's wrong with spiders?
Because I've woken and the house that I grew up in was really close to the woods. We had a horse track on the side of us and a trailer park on the other side. It was on a couple acres of land at that, and some of it was tall grass, some of it was trees and woods and whatnot. But I woke up one night to go get a drink of water and took off my blanket, and there were 3 brown recluses sitting on my chest. And
no.
Like, if it's daddy long legs, I don't mind, because their mouths are too small to bite us.
Bro, no, that's a myth. They're not venomous.
The male ones are.
No.
Females are not.
You're tripping. That is a complete and total myth. It has been debunked. It's not.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
It's not that their mouths are too small to bite us. They're just not venomous.
Huh. Okay. Well, either way, that's not what was on me.
Right.
Brown recluses, on the other hand, fuck that. Do you know how they're venom? Or technically, it's not a venom. It's a neurotoxin. What it does.
I believe that's still a venom. Though.
Either way.
Continue.
Tomato. the way that it works is whenever they're whenever the neurotoxin hits inside of you, gets inside of you after they inject it, it starts to break down your tissue.
Right. So it like rots you from the inside.
Yeah. There were 3 of these fuckers on my chest. I woke up phobically afraid of spiders after that. That, and I fucking hate clowns. Oh my god, they're so bad. They're so... here's my thing. So you know the movie Poltergeist, right?
Yeah.
The clown doll that sits in the corner of the kid's room?
Yeah.
That's not a prop for the movie. That's an actual clown doll that was sold in that time.
Right. That's with a lot of those movies, though, is like they'll have like their props or actual like things that could have been bought back in the day. Like if I'm like, I could be wrong, and I could totally be wrong, but I'm pretty sure like the Annabelle doll from like the what is it, the Conjuring series. I'm pretty sure that is an actual doll that was being able to sold, or that was being sold back in the day, that they turned into like, you know, a horror film thing. But a lot of those types of things were actual like products back in the day.
Well, that clown doll from the Poltergeist owned it. And it sat in the corner of her guest bedroom where we would sleep at if we stayed the night. I watched that movie way too young. Probably shouldn't have, because my family told me, don't watch them. They're scary. You're too young. You'll have nightmares. Said, fuck that anyways. Watched that in the movie It, and phobically afraid of clowns after that. To the point to where I went and grabbed that clown doll and smacked it into the wall repeatedly because it's like, no.
I'm gonna fuck up this ghost, bitch.
I'm like,
fuck you, bro.
I was like, I'm gonna fuck this doll up. And then realized that as I'm fucking it up, it's not feasible, but if possible, this doll's gonna want to fucking kill me later.
If you are haunted by a ghost, I'm gonna give you a reason to kill me, bitch. Like,
Yeah. So I grabbed the shovel out of my grandfather's tool shed. I went and buried it in the backyard of my grandmother's house, and my grandfather saw that there was something that was dug up over there, and then dirt was put on top of it because it seemed unlevel, because you know how mass works. But he goes over there. He's like, what the hell? Who's been digging in my backyard? Comes and asks us. Of course, naturally, I deny it as a young kid. And then my grandmother realizes that doll's missing. It's like, where the hell?
Did they not go and see what the fuck was going on?
No, they weren't home at the time. And they didn't realize, or my grandmother realized that the doll was missing. And my grandfather mentioned that someone was dug up in the backyard. And then my grandmother went back there herself, dug up the doll, threw it in the washer, then dryer, then threw it back in the room, and then bitched at us for doing it. And then I still had to go sleep in that fucking room after beating this doll around and then burying it quite possibly alive. Doubtful. But if it were to, I know for a sure fact at this point, this thing is gonna murder me. So I just didn't sleep for the rest of the time being over there.
No, I feel that. So to fucking go back to where I was taking this point originally, I am desperately afraid of frogs.
Right? Oh, I know. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I know that
it's fucking stupid.
Motherfucker.
Dude, it's so stupid.
No, it's not fucking stupid. It's a goddamn phobia. Like there's no reason for it. Like
you're right. There's no reason you should be afraid of frogs.
They're fucking scary, bro.
No, they're not.
They're scary as fuck.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No,
dude.
they're not.
I don't know what the fuck it came from, how the fuck it came about. Like just like I don't know if it was like I have this repressed memory in the back of my head that I just like I've pushed back for so long. But as far back as I can remember, anytime I saw a frog, I would freak the fuck out, bro, because that shit is scary as fuck. I have a few fucking memories of it.
Bro, you smell that? Smell like bitch in here.
Oh, yeah, like the motherfucker who wouldn't record the fucking episode for fucking about a week? Yeah, no, I smell it too.
Nah, lazy ass, for sure. That's all me, bro. I stink like a lazy ass piece of shit. Don't get me wrong. I know I do. But bitch, that's the one thing. Mama may have raised quite a few different things, but a bitch sure ain't one of them.
Mama didn't raise a bitch at all. Mama just raised a man that is afraid of frogs. Like,
exactly the definition of said bitch that I'm discussing.
says the man who's afraid of a fucking party attraction.
What party have you ever been to that the main attraction, if not one
No,
of
I
the
didn't say main attraction. I said an attraction.
What parties have you been to that a clown has been an attraction? I swear to God, if you say the circus, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
I've had a party with a clown in it.
Why?
I'm not afraid of clowns like a dumb bitch.
Says the motherfucker that's afraid of a literal natural being. These motherfuckers not only do
They're people wearing makeup, dude. That's all the fuck it is. It's just people wearing makeup. Are you afraid of people?
Yes.
Fucking, it's just because they want to suck on your toes, bro.
No.
Anyway,
People are scary, bro. That's why I don't look. I have one major rule that if I ever preach to anybody in life, it is simply this: I don't go outside, bro. It's dangerous out there. There's
wanna suck on
white
your
people. There's people that want to suck on your toes. There's a Donald Trump. Like, there's a bunch of bad shit out there that I just don't need to fuck with. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stay at my house, in my bed, my safety safe. I stay in the safety safe. Nothing bad can happen to you in the safety safe.
in the safety safe?
Yes.
Bro, you sound like a goddamn child right now.
Says the motherfucker that's afraid of a goddamn frog.
Bro,
It is a literal natural creature.
It's a natural fear. There's plenty of people who have this phobia of frogs. Just because you don't have it doesn't mean
like
it's not
being
a
afraid of
natural
clowns
phobia.
is a little bit more understanding than
No, it's fucking not. Dude.
Yes, it's a more reasonable fear just because.
How the fuck is it a more reasonable fear?
Do you know who the fuck Pennywise is? That motherfucker is
Dude,
scary,
just
bro.
because you fucking seen a movie about it does not give you fucking justification. That is a fucking like something that has been conditioned into you. This is a completely like natural, like I don't have an explanation for it. It is a true phobia.
Okay,
I do
here's
not
my
know
thing.
how to fucking explain it to you. I don't have a reason because it's just an unnatural fear of something. That's exactly what a phobia is.
See, okay, if we're gonna talk about phobia-wise, yeah, I'll admit I probably don't have any, at least none to my own knowledge. But fucking clowns, yeah, it is a learned fear, no doubt. Because before that, I didn't have a problem with clowns. But granted, I was a young kid. I didn't probably really understand what clowns were. I wasn't paying attention to stupid shit like that. Then I saw the movie It with Pennywise, and holy shit, bro! You want to talk about some twisted, fucked off dreams? That I'm pretty sure that's where a lot of my mental instability comes from.
Yeah, but do you have any issues going around clowns nowadays? Like, have you ever gone or been around like a clown, like been to the circus with like your girlfriend or some shit, or your family, or fucking like anything like that? Been around a clown and just been not able to fucking go around them?
Oh no, I've been to a circus. I've seen actual clowns, and the entire time I was having it was damn near a panic attack. I was losing my fucking mind. And then
so
he
you
came.
understand.
Then he came
think
up
of that
to-
fucking think of that fucking meaning, or that fucking feeling, and then imagine that as soon as someone mentions a goddamn frog and you sit there and give me shit for it, bro. It's fucking scary. I don't know how to explain it. It's just fucking scary.
I just think you need to hold one.
You're fucking tripping, bro. I think you need to be hugged by a clown then. You understand how fucked off that sounds?
Understand that if I get hugged by a clown, I'm gonna stab him in his chest so many
Then
times.
what the fuck do you think is gonna happen when I fucking hold a frog, dude?
Okay, but it's small enough for you to crush it with your hands. I'm gonna have to murder this clown, and the only reason that I will get
you're sitting there justifying it with a fucking like I'm gonna have to murder it because it's bigger, dude. Either fucking way, the fear is the same, and that's the point I'm trying to make. You
okay?
understand that?
Yes, I do understand that, but also if I do murder a clown, I'm gonna just have to use the Dan Cummins bit where he says, you know, go in front of the judge. Hey, man, why'd you do it? Well, because the smile was painted on, but the tears were real.
I fucking hate you. So the other thing that I had to say
I
is,
need more drink.
like, other than stop slamming that bitch down, dude. Like you were just like bang, 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 all on this fucking recording, bro.
I'd be all right.
So the other thing is not only is it, I almost said clowns, and not only is it frogs, I have a fear of fish. Like this one is not necessarily a phobia type fear. Like I can look at fish and like be okay with fish. Like frogs, I can't even, like I can barely look at them. It scares the fuck out of me. But like fish, like I don't know what it is. I refuse to touch a fish. I refuse to like be around them. Like if they're dead, that's cool, and I can fucking handle them when they're dead. In fact, like back in the day, me and my dad, fucking Greg, we went out and we caught catfish, and they fucking did everything because I was like fucking 8 or 9 at the time. We went out, caught catfish, and they fucking killed them, and we ended up skinning them and shit. That was never a problem for me, but I cannot handle live fish, dude. That shit scares me. I don't know. I think it's like, honestly, like the only reason why I think I'm afraid of them is just the unpredictability. Like they'll sit there like still for fucking ever, and then all of a sudden just and then.
Well, it depends on how long after water or out of water they are. Like initially, yeah, they will have that unpredictability moment because they have that moment of like shock, and then they realize, not breathing, and then they start freaking the fuck out. After that, if they spaz out any more than that, after like a couple minutes or so, it's just nerve endings. It's no different than like whenever I would go out to when my mom lived in Rockdale. I went out there and we would flip over pallets and shit and try and figure out if, there were any copperheads out in the yard. After we would catch them and then cut the heads off, you would hold them by the tail, but the body would still wiggle around. It's just nerve endings. After you die, the last bit of electricity that's still in your nerves will jolt around and move your muscles, and then
Right, but how long does it take a fish to die? Is my point. I mean, we caught the fish, we fucking hung them off the line for a minute, and then they're still fucking freaking the fuck out. I mean, like I don't know how long it takes a fucking fish to suffocate compared to a human, but like them bitches fucking go for a minute, bro. Like they are still unpredictable for a fucking minute, and I feel like that's the only
nerve
reason.
endings.
Huh?
Because of the nerve endings.
Well, either fucking way.
It doesn't take them very long to suffocate. Because it's technically not suffocation because they're breathing oxygen when they're in the water. They're just not getting as much of it.
Well, yeah, because they have like that filtration system or whatever in their fucking gills. But I understand that it's a different fucking process. But the point is like they can sit there for like 5 fucking minutes and like I don't know how to twitch and fucking stab people and shit like that. And that's my problem with them.
Have you ever been gator hunting?
No, but I actually think I would enjoy that.
If the unpredictability of those fish scare you, holy shit, bud.
No, I don't know what it is. I think it's just amphibious, like fish and amphibians freak me out. But like as soon as you put like a layer of protection on them, they're good.
Nah, they're layer of protection. My ass. You're standing right there next to this thing's mouth. It's coming up right next to the edge of the boat. Whenever I went, we had them on bait hooks.
No. Hold on. Before you continue, like, my point isn't that like the layer of unpredictability. It's like, oh, it freaks out and stabs me. Like, there's a difference in like, all right, I see the thing and I can touch the thing, and then it fucking just starts twitching and freaking out, and understanding that thing has intentions. Like, the intention of a fish is not to fucking kill you or to stab you. It's just to freak out until it gets back into the water, and that's what freaks me out. With a gator, like, I get it. Like, it's caught. It just wants to kill until it's free. Like, that's a completely different story.
Whenever we went gator hunting, we went out on my uncle's, or technically he's like my stepdad's cousin's fan boat. We went out on there, and we weren't actually going gator hunting, but we saw one on one of his lines out there, and we stopped by and check it, and he had a bite on it. So he's just like, tell you what, I don't have my 30-30 on me. I guess we're just gonna have to use my handgun. And then the man owns a fan boat. Like, you have to understand that this man's from the backwoods, and he pulls out a 40 mag revolver out of his fucking holster, and he's just like, all right, let's go ahead. You want to reel him in, or do you want me to shoot him, or do you want to shoot him? And I was just like, I don't want to fucking reel him in. He's just like, oh, this thing's gonna fucking pull me in. I'm a little person. You're bigger. He's just like, all right, fair. He hands me the gun, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm fixing to have to do this. All right. And the only reason I was freaking out is because whenever you go to kill a gator, there's a spot on the top of its head that you're supposed to hit.
What isn't it like a fucking inch by an inch?
It's the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
It is so small, and you have to hit it, because if not, it's not gonna do shit but piss them the fuck off. Because their outer shell that's protecting them is thick as fuck and hard as shit. On top of their bone marrow is also thick as fuck. That is a soft spot that you're hitting on their skull. And I pull him up, and he's just like, right there. And I'm like, right where, you old motherfucker? You're saying right there, and you're not pointing at shit because you're trying to control this fucking beast that's in the water trying to kill the both of us. You're like, right there between them two scales. I'm like, what two fucking scales? There's a lot of them. The two, they look like the shape of a T. What? And then he lets go with one hand. He's just like, and just points right on the top of his skull. Like, puts his finger to him. He's like, right fucking here. Points at it, and I'm like, all right. And I put the gun down, and I shoot him. And I don't know what it is, but just watch. After shooting him, just from the intense chaos to the moment of just nothing, it was weird. Because I'm like, oh, wow. I just destroyed this beast. And then we go to pull it in, and then we're on our way back, loaded into his truck. We ended up, we were coming around the bend, and I'm sitting with my feet on its back. And I'm sitting in my chair. And then this thing just starts fucking jolting around, and I'm like, oh no! I'm like, fuck, Bruce, give me your gun. He's just like, no, it's dead. Trust me, it's fucking dead. It's just moving around because it's muscle spasms. That was the first I had ever heard of that. And he's the one that explained to me everything. That's what happens with snakes and fish and shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know that, because that scared the living fuck out of me.
Have you ever eaten snake?
Yes.
Fucking, have you hunted them?
Yes.
Fucking, the first time I ever hunted a snake was actually unintentional. I was actually out in oh my god, what is the 4-wheeler place, the famous one from our hometown.
Oh, Extreme?
No, what the fuck?
Extreme or down south?
Down south.
Down south got shut down.
Yeah. But back in the day, it was fucking.
It just got opened under a different name, but it's still down south.
Really? What did it get opened as?
Dirty South.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, right. I was like,
it's still DSO.
Yeah, it's still DSO.
So down south off road, right?
Extreme's better.
So my dad, his name is Greg, and to be official, he is my stepdad. I have a real dad, and his name is Todd. He was a complete piece of shit. However, he got out of fucking prison for I don't know, the third or fourth time whenever I was 12, and I gave him a second chance because they were like, oh, you're starting to become an adult, or you're starting to become your own person. You should at least try to give him a shot and all this and that. So that's besides the point. Either way, he had a girlfriend whose dad lived in the middle of DSO, in a trailer in the middle of DSO.
I know who that is.
Yeah.
I know him.
He like owns a part of the fucking DSO.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, and
He was
so,
the reason it got shut down in the first place.
well, we're not gonna talk about that. Either way.
Oh, we are after this.
No. We're not gonna talk about that only because I don't want to fucking get into any trouble. So.
Oh no, it's not in any trouble. We're good. Trust me, we're good.
Either way, he's gonna shut the fuck up, and I'm gonna tell my story. So we go into, or they went into DSO, and we have the special pass to say like, oh, we're trying to get to his property and not trying to like, get into down south. So we go over to his property, and we're just like chilling over there, and he's like, oh, grab this fucking shotgun. And I was like, why the fuck would I grab this goddamn shotgun? And he just throws me this fucking 20 gauge, and he's like, all right, come here. So me and this fucking his girlfriend's dad at the time, she's still, or he is still her dad, but his girlfriend at the time. So me and this guy, we just go out onto his property. And he's like, all right, we're gonna look for these bitches. And I'm like, what do you mean we're gonna look for these bitches? And he's like, we're looking for fucking long skinny noodles. And I was like, oh, snakes. You're looking for snakes. And he's like, yeah, boy. We're looking for snakes, bro. You're going to kill them. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I'm like 13 at this point. I have never hunted a goddamn thing in my life. And you just expect me to start shooting snakes?
Yep.
Yeah. Yup. Yep. So fucking we go over to this fucking...
You know where the fuck we're from, boy.
So he's like, all right, cock it. He's like, all right, we're going to go over to this area that I put some fucking bait out. So we go over to it. Sure enough, what the fuck is there? There's a fucking diamondback just sitting there. And he's like, you got to get it. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean I got to get it? He's like, fucking shoot in its head. And specifically its head. You don't want to fuck up the meat. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I fucking go to aim it. And I've barely shot any guns in my goddamn life. And I shoot it. I completely fucking miss. My first shot was a complete miss, but I pissed it off, and it is coming. Like, I'm talking like this bitch was like, oh, hell no. I'm fucking fight or flight mode right now. So it's coming straight towards us. And so he's like, cock it, come on, you gotta fucking shoot it, bro, you gotta fucking shoot it. So I fucking cock it again, and sure enough, I fucking get that bitch, but I fucking like shot it like halfway down its fucking like spine or where the fuck it's got, and I shot like half of it off. He's like, fuck it, we can use the other half.
Thank God you just got it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, fuck this, bro. I'm gonna hunt something that like I'm in a box and it can't kill me. If I shoot at a deer, it's not coming straight for the fucking like for the fucking box and shit. Like I'm sitting here hunting these motherfuckers out in the open. Fuck that, bro. I mean, snake, it's good and all. Fucking, but I'm good on killing, lesser shit that's not gonna fucking come back for revenge if I miss,
First time I ever, have you ever been deep sea fishing?
Yes, however, stop slamming shit on the fucking table.
It's gonna be loud. It's not even that loud.
No, you just fucking set it down. Lightly. Set it. Yeah, you put it right next to you, motherfucker. God damn.
Piss off. Anyways, first time I went DC fishing was on a company fishing trip. It was a small town job that I had. And the owner took us out on a deep sea fishing trip, me and a couple of other guys. Two of them were his sons. And we get out here on we're in the Gulf. And we're like maybe 300, 400 miles out from the coast. We're pretty far out there. And we're not out there, but like we've cast out maybe 15, 20 minutes goes by. The owner of the company ends up getting a bite on his reel. And we're like, all right, cool. What are we going to get? I'm expecting like sea bass or some shit like that because we're in the Gulf. No. Of all the fucking things that we could have got, it was a fucking marlin. I didn't even know those were in the fucking Gulf. I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to be. And this motherfucker comes out of the water flying right through his chest. Wait.
Hold on. Time the fuck out. Are you talking like
his spear on his nose went through my boss's chest.
Are you fucking serious, bro?
It went through like the top right hand side of it, so it missed his lung, but it just caught a lot of tissue and went through his shoulder blade in the back. And I'm like, oh no, I'm losing my fucking mind, dude. I'm drunk as shit. A lot of us are. We have one sober person that was gonna drive the boat. Thank God it wasn't him. And we're like, oh no, what are we gonna do? We gotta get back to land. So we start hauling ass back. And I'm like, who gets cell phone service out here?
Please tell me y'all kept the marlin in his shoulder. Please. He was just hugging that motherfucker in his shoulder.
Dude, no, like, after it happened, just like to kill him, because like it was flopping around while still stuck in him. And those are big motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
His son just like grabbed his pocket knife out and just started stabbing it in the fucking head until it stopped jolting around. And then we just kind of slowly backed it out of him to the tip because we didn't want to take it all the way out so he wouldn't bleed out.
Oh, yeah, no. Why the fuck would y'all even... after it's dead, you should have just left that bitch in. Let him lay on the fucking floor and don't fucking back it out.
Well, we wanted to back it out so that way whenever the EMTs got there, if they were going to cut it, that they could just cut it at a closer spot so that way he'd at least be able to lay down. If not that it would at least be easy, just quick and easy, and then they could go ahead and just patch him up there. But whole way back, we start getting closer towards the like beach and we start hitting a lot of the waves. And holy fuck, I've never heard... You hear all old men down here in the South all the time, piss motherfucking cocksucking son of a bitch. They let anything go. They don't care. The words coming out of this man's mouth in the way and format that they were, I've never heard anything like it in my life. The most notable thing I can remember him saying is, that pissing son of a bitch biscuit fucking cocksucking Marlin. Fuck that thing. I'm glad you stabbed it in the fucking face 12 times. That motherfucker deserved it. Fuck that piece of shit. When we get home, I want to fucking chop it up into pieces with my fucking machete, you cocksucker. I'm like, whoa. Like, this is my boss. At the office, this man, he's straight church man. Yes'ums, no, like he was, doesn't matter who he's talking to. Yes'um, no, yes sir, no sir. Like he's just got that old style, like he's old as shit, southern raised, backwoods hillbilly. And the things were coming out of his mouth. Like we got to the EMS, he's just like, don't y'all ever tell my mother what I said. I was like, sure thing, Frank. Don't worry about it. We're not gonna fucking tell Mama Frank about none of this. His family was cool as shit.
I hear that. Fucking, so, while you're smoking your bowl, this is probably a good time to mention one of my topics, which is how fucking crazy PETA is.
I love this topic.
Bro, so, I looked up, like, why is PETA insane, right? And there's an entire, like, website called PETAkillsanimals.com, right? And they give you reasons why fucking PETA is a goddamn piece of shit, which I completely agree with. Like, granted, I'm not completely on the side of like we are in the best point in time, or like killing animals for food is like the best thing that we can do. Granted, I'm not fucking vegan or vegetarian or anything like that. However, I just feel like there might be a better way to go about everything that we have been. But some of these campaigns that they've had are just fucking ridiculous. So like let me just read a couple of these campaigns to you. So one of the campaigns is like this one. This one's pretty tame. So this one is just replacing different sayings with something else. So one of them is, the universal saying, "Kill two birds with one stone." They're like, instead of that, say, "Feed two birds." Just kidding. Feed two birds with one scone. Right? Okay.
No, 'cause murder.
Be the guinea pig. Instead of that, say, be the test tube.
Oh, yes, because, instead of being the guinea pig, being a test tube baby sounds way more appealing.
Instead of be a dead horse, say, feed a fed horse. Like, okay, look.
No, because, once again, murder.
No, it's not even murder at that point. To be
I know, in my
that
perspective,
horse
it is.
is already dead. Like,
I didn't say that I didn't kill it to begin with.
bring home the bacon. Instead of that, say, bring home the bagels.
No, because fuck you, bacon is sacred.
Okay, but at that point, like, bring home the bacon, like, that's not even, like, we're talking about completely different fucking things.
You
Okay?
could have said bring home the bread, and that would have been more susceptible,
Well,
because
technically, technically the bread is a newer saying.
yeah, but like that's what I'm saying is like that would have been more susceptible and understandable than
But people do say bring home the bread. But bring home the bagels, brother.
Don't get me wrong, bagel smack, but bacon is sacred. Like that is just it's the one like
Not to Muslims.
I don't give a shit. To me, like, understand bacon. Bacon is such a sacred thing to me because I love bacon so fucking much. Turkey bacon should not be called bacon.
Bro, all it is just a fucking substitute for bacon.
It's not bacon.
It's they call it turkey bacon for a reason
Because it's not bacon.
it's a substitute for bacon. That's the point. They're not trying to
but
call
it's not
it bacon.
No, but they are calling it bacon.
No. Shut the fuck up. It's literally the Muslim bacon because like it's a substitute. It's something that you can replace with bacon because you can't eat bacon or you're not supposed to eat bacon. Because of that, like they call it turkey bacon because they try to make it as close to the real thing as possible. They're not sitting there trying to say like, oh,
Bitch bacon.
this is bacon.
Bitch bacon.
Wow, you're trying to call the entire Muslim religion bitches?
No, I'm not saying that by all means. If that is part of your religious
that's one of the points.
Okay, if it's your religious belief not to eat anything of pig, then by all means go ahead, follow through with that. But I'm not going to go ahead and say that, oh, look, great for you if you eat turkey bacon because you're doing that for your religious beliefs. I'm not going to call it bacon because it's not fucking bacon. And if I'm going to call it any kind of bacon, it will be the bitch bacon because therefore it being bitch level compared to OG bacon, which is dank as fuck.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up on literally the point of you're calling it bitch bacon just because it's not bacon. It's just a substitute. That's the entire point. Eat your fucking bacon and let the fucking religious people eat theirs.
Okay, I'm not sitting.
You're sitting there calling them bitches because of it.
I'm not calling them bitches.
That's literally what you're saying.
No, it is not. Do not put fucking words in my mouth. I will reach the fuck over this table and slap the shit out of you. Do not do that.
I'm just saying that the point you started swinging your head around, and it was like,
no. So I'm not calling the people bitches. If that's what you do because it is your religious belief, by all means, eat it. It's to some degree, it's meant to taste like bacon. Yes, I'm not denying that that's the purpose of it. I understand the purpose of it because it is a substitute.
But there's no point in calling it bitch bacon.
It is an opinion.
There's no point in calling it bitch bacon if you're gonna
because
eat
it's
bacon,
not OG bacon.
But that's my point. It's like, okay, OG bacon, I 100% agree with you. It's better, but there's no point in calling turkey bacon bitch bacon just because.
Well, that's no different than the way that I shit on tofu, because tofu is fucking awful, bro. It's so bad. I don't care if you call me shit for it, but people that eat like tofu burgers, that is South Park even made an episode about it. It's just like, what's this called? I think it was called like the Miracle Burger or some shit.
The Impossible Burger.
The Impossible Burger.
Yeah.
So he goes and takes a bite of it. And they're like, what's the point of it? Well, there's no meat. Takes a bite of it. It's just like, you guys make money off this? Wow, this is complete shit.
Did you say that was from South Park?
Yes.
Okay, well I didn't hear you, but either way, fucking
It's so, it's the bitch burger.
turkey's still good though.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of turkey though. I hate turkey.
Either fucking way, like it's still meat. It's still fucking good. There's no point in calling it, or there's no reason to call it fucking bitch bacon just because you don't fucking agree with it. There's plenty of reasons that turkey bacon exists other than
Okay, and I'm not, just saying
imitating bacon.
I'm not to say that, it's not a bad idea because it makes sense for people in that certain situation. However, I don't fall under that category. I don't have to I don't have to eat it. So in my opinion, in comparatively speaking to OG bacon, not to say that the people are bitches, but the bacon itself in comparison to the original bacon is bitch bacon in my opinion, cuz I've had it and it does not, to me it doesn't taste the same.
But it's still good. What the fuck you mean? Bro,
It tastes like fake pork to me.
It's not meant to taste like fucking pork, bro. It's just meant to fucking be a substitute.
It tastes like fake pork to me. That's what it tastes like.
All it is it's supposed to be a fucking lean piece of meat that fucking fries up the same exact way that bacon does.
It does not taste right to me.
Because it's not real fucking bacon. The only thing it's trying to do is imitate bacon. That's the entire point of it. That does not make it bitch bacon. All it is an imitation.
Okay, but you're taking me calling it bitch bacon way too seriously for the fact that it's just me hating on it. It's just me talking shit on it. I'm not calling these people bitches by no means.
But it's still good. Even if you don't like fucking turkey, it's still a good
okay, but that's your opinion. My opinion, it's bitch bacon and it tastes like shit.
Substitute.
It tastes like shit.
You're fucking trash, bro.
Fuck off. It tastes like shit, bro.
You're fucking garbage.
Also, to piss off the PETA people just one more time, I would also like to say that my favorite piece of meat that I have ever eaten is veal. Oh, God. That shit's heaven on earth, bro.
Lamb is the shit.
Lamb chops is good as fuck.
Bro, just lamb in general is fucking good as hell.
Have you ever had
veal? But we're not done with PETA, bro.
Oh, I know, but have you ever had veal?
I have had veal.
Oh.
I have had veal.
How was it cooked?
How was it cooked? Well, I had it at oh god, what the fuck is it called? It is, oh my god, it's this fancy ass fucking meat place in Texas. It's bro, I don't even want to call it the wrong name because it's so good. But okay, so the way that this restaurant is set up is they literally have like these big ass forks, like that are like a foot or two tall, just stacked with meat, and they fucking just shave off a bunch of fucking pieces and put it on your plate, and they just let you eat it. And
well, yeah, I would hope so if I pay for it.
Right, but you pay to get in, and then you just like, oh, I want that, I want that, I want that, and then as they come around, they fucking shave it off and give it to you. And oh my god, I don't remember what the fucking name of this place is, but it was so fucking good, bro. I'd have to ask my parents because I went there on vacation one time and ate at that place, and it was I think we were in Tennessee at the time because I was with Legs at the time, and oh my god, he made a fucking fool of himself, but it was a good fucking place. It was delicious. I'd have to look it up and do research on it, but it was a good fucking place.
My favorite place that I've ever eaten at for meat is a place in Austin. I was actually taken on a date there by a girl that I ended up meeting on 6th Street. I thought we were just hanging out and being friends, and then she was just like, you know me, mind if I take you out on a date? And I was just like, okay, sure. And then she took me to like one of the nicest fucking restaurants in Austin, a place called Terry's, which is the fucking bomb, bro. So I go in there, and that's the first place that I tried veal and lamb. I got lamb chops with a side of veal. Those two things alone cost me or was going to cost her because she paid for all of it. And I was just, I I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you took me out on a date. I was at least gonna help pitch in, just because, like, as a person, I always have a problem with people paying for things for me. I hate it. If it's necessary, I will deal with it, but I try to pay the person back. But just to have someone buy me things, it irks me. She ends up paying for the whole thing. Those two things was $120, and then she got lamb chops with pork chops as well. And oh my god, bro, this shit was amazing.
If I am not mistaken, the restaurant that I went to is called Fogo de Chao. Fogo de Chao is fucking fabulous. I 100% recommend it. And their lamb chops were extraordinary. I digress. Go ahead.
Well, no, that was the end of mine. Like, dude, she was just amazing. She's a sweet girl, but like, life happens.
Okay, so to continue on the PETA conversation then, so another campaign that they have is grab a pussy. Grab a pussy.
Bro, what the fuck?
Adopt a cat from your local shelter. But the entire thing just says grab a pussy in the fucking American flag over it. And then it has a picture of a cat.
They definitely voted for Trump.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. It was after the
Beautiful.
fucking... It was after the entire Trump campaign and the fucking thing that got leaked about grab her by the pussy.
Okay, in fairness, and I'm not saying that is right by any means, but like, in a dude standpoint, and I'm sure you can relate to me on this, Seth.
I can almost agree that I don't. Or I can almost 100% like justify that I do not. Go ahead, though.
I'm not saying to that degree, because like I said, that is fucked up. And especially with the things
You have
that he
not
said.
said that, but okay.
Yes, I did. I specifically said not that what he said was right, because it wasn't.
You didn't say it was fucked up.
Okay, either way, it's fucked up. But honestly, amongst dudes, it is not uncommon and unknown to the world that dudes will say, talk like dudes amongst each other, especially on the topic of women. Like, yeah, no, dude, she was hot as fuck. Did you see her? Jesus Christ. So the things along the lines of that, what he said was completely fucked up. But I do feel that people took that as so far as to, even whenever, there was a topic like where like a dude's just, admiring a woman's beauty, people use that shit as ammo against anything of that nature.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I'm not kidding you, because I was personally victimized by it in fucking Austin.
Bro, I've been fucking, like, there are plenty of people who have victimized me over fucking bullshit, over plenty of things. However, fucking, like, grab her by the pussy.
No, I'm not saying that shit's right. By no means.
No. And I get what you're saying. Hold on, fucking, let me finish my thought before you sit there and start accusing me. Fucking grab her by the pussy. That's not okay. And I understand that there is locker room talk, as he tried to fucking sit there and explain himself. Like, locker room talk, it's a completely fucking different thing. Like, if you sit there and say, oh, this bitch was hot as fuck, or that, oh, I smashed on this girl, and, like, fucking look at her pictures. Well, not like her nude pictures, but like, just pictures of her. Because showing nudes to people that they weren't not intend to, that is also a fucked up thing to do.
Oh, 100%.
I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, because it does. However, fucking doing that without that person's permission, that is a fucked up thing to do. As well as grabbing them by the pussy. However, I digress. These things, while locker room talk is a thing and it happens, and most of the time it's typically done in innocence and to just try to talk good on yourself, or try to like, I am this fucking, or not I am this thing, but like, I've done this thing and it's fucking awesome and I'm trying to brag and I'm trying to sit there and create this story where it might be a little exaggerated. There's a certain extent that goes out to that it's not okay. And that right there is exactly like over the line. It is a perfect example of over the goddamn line.
Well, yeah, no doubt. Like there's personal space. You can't just overstep boundaries. There is respect and things of that manner, much less, not just to women, but to everybody. It's not just what I meant by getting, like, people use that for ammo for people giving simple compliments. When I was in Austin, and I used to work at a place called Planet K, which is a phenomenal company to work for, by the way. It was one of the coolest places I've ever worked for. It's also like one of the most like well put together and orchestrated like teamwork building places I've ever worked for. I was there and I'm off in my corner doing my thing, working on my objectives, and I'm sitting here and I'm talking to this woman or this lady, and I guess her friend was off to the side or whatever, and we're sitting here and we're chatting up a storm. And then I made it a point to tell her, like, hey, by the way, because she was wearing a Nirvana shirt with some black skinny jeans. I was just like, you look beautiful today. I like the shirt. The Nirvana shirt looks dope. But she was also a beautiful girl. And like me and her were vibing and clicking pretty well. And her friend came out of nowhere and just started causing a bunch of shit. Like, my boss pulled me out to the side and was asking me about it later, but she was just like, oh, what? Are you gonna come up and fucking just come at her like that? How do you know she doesn't have a boyfriend? Who the fuck are you? You haven't even known her for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, I was just making a compliment.
Wait, and where were you at the time?
I was at work.
You're at work. Well, okay. Okay, continue.
Dude, okay, like, girl working in a smoke shop.
No, I understand. I'm agreeing with you. Like, either way, there's no way to fucking know. It's not like you're fucking working in only married people are allowed to work here. Like,
yeah,
yeah. There's no wrong that you could have done in sitting there talking to somebody or flirting with somebody. Like, people flirt with fucking workers all the fucking time, whether it be.
Well, no, it wasn't a girl that I worked with. It was a customer.
Oh, it was a customer.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's who gives a fuck, bro? I mean, like,
the customer's friend walks up and was just like, no, and I was just like, bitch, what the fuck? And like, me and this girl were clicking, and like, even her friend was looking at her and was just like, bitch, chill. And I was just like, see, like, we're all good here. She asked for my number. I don't understand what the problem is here. And she's just like, I just feel like men nowadays just all they do is view women for their looks. I was just like, I actually complimented her on her Nirvana shirt to begin with because that shit was dope and I haven't seen that one before. And she was just like, oh, well, in today's society, you never know with men, most men are just pieces of shit. And I was just like, whoa, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm still a dude and I'm still right here. Not all of us are pieces of shit. Some of us are actually caring assholes. Some of us are, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't care what anybody says. All men are dicks.
To be fair, that's a little far. That's a little far. I wouldn't call all men dicks. Granted, there's the fucking diamond in the rough that just they're not dicks. They're actually like 100%. Fucking genuine people.
Well, but yeah, I'm saying you can be a genuine person but still be a dick. I mean that in like they're genuine people. They're completely nice. They don't have anything to do with fucking being a dick, and they try their best. However, fucking with that being said, like there was no way to fucking know. I mean, like, granted, I understand that there's a stigma against like the general populace nowadays with men like being accused of all of this shit and fucking men, all that they're out to get is fucking your pussy, and they're all trying to fucking get in your pants, and they're out for their own agendas, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
I just feel like that's gone like way too far, and people take it way too to heart. I mean, granted, there are people like that, 100%. There are people like that. I'm not denying that, but that's not every single goddamn man in the world.
Well, that's also less to say it's the same thing about cops. Like, don't get me wrong, there are shitty cops.
They kill black people.
They're shitty cops no matter if they kill black people, if they kill people altogether. The shitty cop is shitty cop. Whether they're braided down, they're shitty because they're racist pieces of shit, or they're shitty because they're sociopaths that just want to fucking murder people and have the badge to say that they can get away with it. Doesn't matter. Shitty cops fucking planting drugs on people, doing their best to fucking just ruin people's lives. There are those people, but there's also good cops, and I have seen them.
No, I agree. There are good cops and there are bad cops, but all you're gonna hear about are the bad cops. But I'm saying is, like, all the point that I try to make every time that I bring up the fucking fact that like there are cops that kill black people and cops that fucking do everything. It's the fact that those are the ones that get fucking recognition. Those are the ones that they sit there and talk about. And the reason why is because they're fucking up and they're doing that shit. Now,
because everybody likes to point out the bad in the world rather than taking a moment to step back and look at the good.
But you understand that there are bad in the world.
Yes, no, I'm not denying that.
But you can't just sit there and sit idly by while that shit is happening.
Do you think that the good cops are sitting there thinking like, oh yeah, no, we don't mind these guys? No, they do.
Yes, sometimes. Sometimes they fucking do that, and that's my point.
I'm not, and just those people are just as bad and as guilty as the bad cops. But you can't deny that there are those people that stand up for what is actually justifiable. It doesn't excuse.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
It doesn't excuse the shit that the bad cops are doing. But don't think that for a second that those good cops that actually don't, they don't care for that shit and that they don't want to, they want to make a change. I know those cops. I've met those cops. Those cops have saved my ass before. They're doing just as much to try and prevent those people.
You're holding those fucking couple of people on a fucking high pedestal instead of fucking looking at the bad ones, which again are just a few.
Yes,
just a few of those people fucking infecting and like breaking down the entire fucking system.
Okay, and when it comes down to that, yes, I don't deny that there is a lot of shit that is going wrong and that there is a lot of bad cops out there. But I don't feel as if we're doing anything to try and prevent it. Yes, there should be more. With the current standards of getting into the police academy, going through certain background checks and mental stability checks, and then going through your mainly physical and also academic tests, I feel like they don't do enough as far as the background and mental stability. We need to know what kind of people what kind of person this human being is before I decide to give you a badge, tell you to go uphold the lawful standards of society that the government have put in place without knowing that your morals and that your mental stability is up to par with what we're trying to uphold. If you are a piece of shit racist scumbag who just wants to go out there and fucking murder black kids just for the fuck of it because they think they can get away with it, yes, fuck you. There's a special place in hell for you. But I feel that we should be at least doing something more with checking on or getting to know on who these people are before we decide to give them a badge and a gun. Yes, they know what it means to hold that gun.
Yeah, but you've changed the topics. You're saying that we should do something against those people, but that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that those people do exist. They are in the fucking police force. My point is like, yeah, there are good cops and there are bad cops, and I'm not saying there are a bunch of bad cops. I'm saying that they do exist, and because they exist, we need to fucking break down on them and get them the fuck out of the fucking system. And because they exist, there are people who fucking sit there and support them or back them up because they don't want to fucking be called out themselves, whether it be their partner or fucking their
well, I mean, that all comes down. Yes, that is, the system is fucked. There's no other way to explain that. Yes, there is a bunch of people that are doing wrong, and they're all trying to cover their own asses, so they're going to cover the person next to them, praying to God that their ass isn't going to get chapped. Yes, that is the reality of the situation, and it's fucked all nonetheless. But I feel like people, don't get me wrong, I'm known for being on the downer side of life. But I also feel like people, for the vast majority, try to focus more on the negative aspect of it rather than at least appreciate. They focus so much on the negative aspect of it, they forget to appreciate that there is the few people that do.
No, the people appreciate the fucking good. However, they look at the bad only to try and fix it, homie. Like, people appreciate the good in life as much as they fucking can, but it can always be better.
Yes, but you have to also realize.
So you have to look at the negative to fucking do that.
Yes, believe me, of all people, I get it. I take a lot of negative looks on my life to try and figure out how I can fix the things that I see wrong with it. But it's with the current system that we have, it's not gonna happen. That's the harsh reality of it, and that's the things that people aren't taking a look at. They're saying, "All right, what's the system that we have? What things can we put into place to try and, fix these issues?" It's nothing that we can put into place. We have to rebuild the system because the one that we have hasn't been working, and it's not something new. It's been like this. The system's been fucked from the jump. The government controls way too much. It's supposed to be a land for the people. The people have no say so. They vote for the people who have say so, which is fucked. If we want to make a difference, we have to start with changing the bigger picture rather than trying to find ways to make the bigger picture work better. Because the one that we have right now hasn't been. But, well, you got another topic, bud?
I like how you just ran out of shit and was like, okay, next.
I didn't want to lean back and look at my phone because it's on the charger. I should be charged enough. Dude, okay, so I got the new iPhone XR. This phone is, like, dope as fuck. This shit's wicked.
Why do you say that? Because I'm an Android guy myself. I personally do not like fucking Apple at all.
Okay, so I come from the iPhone 5 SE to this one. One, way bigger screen. Two, way sleeker design. It honestly looks way better. On top of, like, there isn't the home button. There's the facial ID recognition to unlock your phone with the backup of a passcode. So all I got to do is look at my phone, and then it unlocks, and I slide up, and it opens up my phone. There's no home button, but it just takes a small swipe at the bottom to go ahead and do that and pull up my recent apps. And, dude, it holds so much more space. And I can play PUBG Mobile on it again.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, bro. This game is... I'm mobbing on people on here.
Bro, but fucking... You understand that mobile gaming is like... It's a lot easier and a lot fucking...
Oh, 100%. But... it's still fun to just go in there and big dick on everybody, bro.
So, just to finish up this PETA topic that we have, so the last fucking campaign that they had that I wanted to actually talk about was they have a milk campaign that they had that has a bowl of milk and some Cheerios, and the Cheerios, they have a frowny face on it, and it says, "Got autism?"
What the fuck?
Studies have shown a link between cow's milk and autism. Okay, first of all, no the fuck it hasn't. No the fuck it hasn't. That's just completely untrue. And, like, it's so fucked up to sit there and, like shout out an entire fucking community of people, like autistic people, and say like the same thing with anti-vaxxers. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Dude, anti-vaxxers are the stupidest fucking people I've ever heard of.
Bro, it's so fucking dumb, dude. You sit there and connect quote unquote connect all of these fucking things to autism. Like, dude, like, shut the fuck up. You obviously have not done enough research to understand that autism is not fucking connected to goddamn fucking milk or fucking vaccines. The only thing that it fucking does is help you in the long run. Like, it's like, I can't even fucking talk because it hurts my goddamn head so much to sit there and think that people actually believe this fucking bullshit.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fucking ridiculous, mate.
Talking to your mic?
It's fucking ridiculous. I know. It's the stupidest fucking thing. I'm like, are you serious? Like, the whole point of vaccinations is you're putting a little bit of the vaccine or the virus in you so that your antibodies will then understand a proper way to it has a understanding of what the virus is, and it's already taken on a small, like, weak enough portion of it for it to try and fight off, so that way when it comes back in a bigger wave, it can just pretty much fuck it up again. It's your body getting used to that disease, that virus, so that way you're not gonna get so, sick or whatever, or your body won't. It'll now know how to protect your body from that virus to begin with. That for whatever reason I don't understand, because even if they, let's say they give them the vaccination and then the kid does get really sick with it because his immune system's low, by the time we figure out an anti-vaccination for it, we've already figured out a cure for it. So your kid's gonna be fine either way. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. I don't understand it.
Well, either fucking way, we basically reached the fucking end of our time. We've hit 1:17.
Oh. Gave him a little extra because I was late.
Fucking, yeah, super fucking late. God damn it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, like almost a fucking week late.
It won't happen again.
Sure it won't. Sure it fucking won't. That's what I meant to say.
It won't.
Fucking.
I'm gonna set a reminder weekly.
Yeah, sure you fucking will. I'm trying to say we fucking record on like every fucking goddamn Wednesday, so we can have this shit out.
Alright, I'm setting it now.
Oh, you're setting it now. Now you're setting it. Okay.
Fuck off.
For what the fuck ever. Alright, guys. Well, check us out on Facebook. On Facebook.com/GetThrowed. Then there's Twitter.com/Let'sGetThrowed. Instagram. No. Facebook.com is Let's Get Throwed Podcast. Oh my god, I'm fucking.
It's the Facebook Get Throwed Podcast.
Facebook.com/Let's Get Throwed Podcast. Twitter is Twitter.com/Let's Get Throwed Podcast. Then Instagram.com/Get Throwed Podcast. And then our Patreon, the most important one is Patreon.com/Get Throwed. That's the one that matters. Like, if you want to follow us on social media, you can follow us on social media.
I'll be running the Facebook social media from this week on.
He says that.
So
we've seen how he does on his recordings.
Another thing, fuck off. Another thing, if you got some dank ass memes, throw them on there. If you got the dankest meme, I'll go ahead and, well, I was gonna see if we could start doing this dankest meme shout out. Because if you
dankest meme shout out.
Yeah, if you
well,
hit
we're
me,
already we're doing shout outs for fucking Patreon. I mean, granted, nobody's really joined yet, to be completely fair, and that's cool, bro. Like, fucking, if you want to listen, and you don't want to fucking contribute to Patreon, don't get it twisted. Thank you for fucking listening either fucking way.
To begin with.
Yeah. If you want to contribute to Patreon, that's completely up to you, homie. We would really appreciate it. We have bonus episodes on Patreon that you can listen to, and that's you. And we would love for you to contribute to us. If you don't want to, that's cool.
But just as a one-time deal for now, if you go on our Facebook and you it's a contest with me. If you can give me the dankest of memes on there till from now till the 5th episode to
the 5th episode or the 6th episode or the 10th episode.
Fuck off, the 5th. The 5th episode to get me the dankest of meme. If you're the winner, I'll go ahead and I'll shout out your Facebook and recognize your meme and favorite it or whatever.
Yeah, we can if you just want to DM us on that or whatever. Fucking either way, we really appreciate you guys listening to us. We'll talk to you later. Peace.
Those